name is Malik Sisic. I work for Volkswagen Sarajevo, which is a small Volkswagen plant in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's basically a components plant, mostly components plant. There are approximately 330 employees currently employed in it, and I'm also mechanical engineer and head of the purchasing and interim head of logistics here in Volkswagen Sarajevo. I must say it's a great honor to present between two KGG attendees, and I'm a little bit nervous because you guys already practiced a lot. So basically, I practiced kata for about 4 years now. Also started small, and I wanted to upgrade this my learnings from it, and then I attended KataCon 2021, and at KataCon 2021 I met up with Tracy and Tilo, and they were kind enough to let me into the session of Kata Dojo, where I was really impressed and humbled with what I have learned with just 2 exercises, and then I decided to attend. So we started with the cohort on the 13th of September, and I was late for the first session. This is not me in these pictures. So basically, but we managed to take off, and I had a main target condition to start Kata Dojo practices and to introduce it here in Volkswagen Sarajevo, as I've seen it in KataCon. At the moment, I was only attending. I was attendee, and I saw just the surface of the practices, but it was so impressive and so great that I must say, smitten by it. So when we started with the cohort, right at the beginning, I met a couple of the obstacles. First obstacle was grasping the reference in coaching and in terms. The reference that Tilo explained, it took me a while to understand what kind of the reference he was thinking about, and also the terms like a process metric, outcome metric, because it was simply something new to me, and it was a little bit. And there is also this third part of this obstacle, which is basically how do I translate this kind of the dictionary or vocabulary to the people I work with. Second obstacle I had was the coaching stance. When I see Tracy or Tilo, when they coach us, it was like seeing a grandmaster, so elegant, so fluent and everything. And when I was looking at them, I was the entire time I was thinking, I'm never going to achieve this. And it was so elegant, so nice, and they understood every question of us. They had the answer. They also the examples they gave us. It was couple of times I told Tilo, are you attending also our meetings? Are you spying on us? Because the examples from the book and from the practice were really real life examples. And also the Volkswagen email filter, which was a great obstacle for me, and it stayed until now. So what I did in order to overcome these obstacles were a preparation before the Kata Dojo sessions. I started to prepare myself. I started to reread or relearn what I've seen, and also re-listen what happened in the session. With the coaching stance, I actually went to the first lecture of Tilo, and where he was explaining constructive optimism, and I also took his stance and Tracy's stance, how they trained us. I saw it more like a challenge and not as a target condition, and I will try in the future a longer period of time, for 1 year, to be like them. And the third obstacle is impossible to overcome. IT departments is simply impossible to work with. So how did it go? So we started to prepare for the session here in Volkswagen Sarajevo. The first practice session happened sometimes after 2/3 of the cohort. I organized a smaller group. The people that you see here on the picture are the mostly people that train with me. Some of them train for 1 year, some of them train for 3 years. They were also familiar. I knew them as a really really good people, really the people that understood the point of kata and the scientific thinking. And we started with the first exercise, the having precise target condition. So basically, before the session, I planned to keep it simple. These difficult questions where I try I also translated in the Bosnian these sentences of the learner in order so that they are very simplified version of the answers. And I still didn't feel ready, I must say. It was still, entire time I was thinking how Tilo does it, how Tracy does it, and I wasn't ready. And then at one moment, you can see here, this Mrs. Maida Rujanak, she is head of the HR here in Volkswagen. Then at one moment she said, okay, let me try to be a learner and you will not get the information out of me. And I said, okay, try it. And I started with the basic technique, repeat and add, and then repeat and step on the word. And after one moment, she gave me all the information about KataJet that I needed. And she said to me, wait, what happened? I didn't want to give you this information. And then I understood that I learned something. That is the first moment, this first Mr. Miyagi moment when I realized that all these practices with Tracy and Tilo have impact on me, that I've started to coach people, even after 4 years. So with that in mind, we took to the second practice session. We organized approximately the same group of people. Also the group was now familiar with the reference, with the process metric, with the outcome metric. And also we took the second exercise, the actual condition, standing actual condition, which was also not so complicated exercise with the beginner type of people. So this time I was ready. I was ready for the session. Also this confidence boost from the first session gave me an additional energy. So, but in this session, I did the Miyagi moment happened 2 weeks after the session, when this person here, this Mr. Edwin Sucheska, he is head of the production in one of our business units. He came to me and he said, I was in the meeting, we spoke about it, and then I realized that the thing that the head of the quality was telling me was just a noise. I filtered that noise and I took the golden part for me. And then I realized that also this learning process does not happen only in the classroom or after the classroom, but it also takes a while to develop in people. It's basically like planting the seed into people, which grows a little bit after a day. Seldom we see epiphany right away during the classroom or after the classroom. So basically, what have I learned? What are my impressions of the Kata Dojo? So when I started to practice Kata Dojo, I must say the first lesson is also the first lesson that I learned from Tilo and Tracy, and that is master before complexity. First master the simple things, then start with it. And although I started with the people that are familiar to me, that are friendly to kata, I must say that it still dreaded me to start in the wrong foot and to make some mistake during the Kata Dojo that will make people not like it or so on. Why don't we try this or that approach in dojo? When we give the idea to Tilo, when we started to practice some kind of the approach, And we started to practice with Tilo. This is something that taught me more in these 5 minutes when Tilo was giving these different answers and was pulling us around. It gave me more training in the coaching than anything I did in these 5 minutes. Gave me more than anything I did in the last 4 years. The Kata Dojo masterclass is also deep in practice. I already said that the answers of the learners were, for me, were a huge surprise, because it is as if Tilo was with us in the meetings and so on. And we also decided to make a whereabout out of Tilo someone. To start playing the learner, or to start playing the new coach a little bit around to pull his leg. Next step, what I intend to do is I intend to use this confidence to broaden the group of the participants in dojo. I will start with a little bit bigger group, with mixed people. And what I want to set as a challenge for the next period of time is that also participants need to include FSE. FSE is basically the German personnel that came here. So I need to translate it into German and try to achieve the same type of the question and the learning and coaching cycle in German. So basically that is all for my presentation.